Um, all, how are you all doing today? Hope we're all fine. Yeah. Sorry, we're having this live stream on a today's Wednesday. Yeah, I guess yeah. Today's Wednesday. We're having this live stream on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. Yesterday was very busy. Was very choked, so we couldn't have the meeting. But I believe you can all hear me, and I'm very excited to be trading live with you all today. So drop in the comment section where you're watching this live stream from and the country. Just drop it in the comment section. All right, yeah, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so um, trying to how do I? Okay, drop it. Let me see where you're streaming, where you're joining us from. Bro, I'm still Nigerian. My parents are still Nigerian. Okay. All right, so I'm trying to post a link on the community. All right, yeah. So all right. So most people get to watch this later on, and so it's recorded. So I want you guys to really be excited. I'm very excited. Last week was a great week. Yesterday was a great week. I wish I could share my screen too, but okay. I want you guys to get to see people's personal phone details, right? But so we have a WhatsApp community where I do post those live trades on there. But what I actually want us, I wish I could share my screen to show you the results so far. But it's been very, really, very, very amazing. Yeah. So as you all know, this session is designed for beginners, who actually want to learn how to trade, but they don't know how to go about it. So every week, every Tuesday, but today we're having this on a welcome live, and I live trade with you all to teach you guys how you could trade. Today is just we're going to be back testing. Just going to be showing you guys how to, especially beginners, how you could do your technical analysis. Right, so let me share my screen. Share my screen, one on the comments. Okay, yeah, so the volatile on gold, yeah, it's just been creating higher highs, like, and it's just very exciting that we are making history. Our generation is making history because I think this is the ever, first time ever with guys get to this level on gold. It's just like, yeah. So you have to take this thing seriously so that your kid don't ask you, okay, you not be like, oh, I was on when gold was at $3,300, right? So it's a very good opportunity for all of you to be very serious with this. It's just very amazing to see. So I've really done my technical analysis. So, but today I just want to show you how I'm able to call out trades that I call, and even for you as a new beginner, trading forex, just know how to do your analysis yourself. The chart is every morning. As I say, there are two major sessions. I'm always trading. It's either London session or New session, which starts by 2 p.m. While London sessions, Nigerian time, starts at we in Africa, especially in West Africa, because many of you I know of you are probably in other part of the country. So, but in Africa, especially in Nigeria, which I'm really live streaming this from Abuja, Nigeria. We have really the best time to really trade the financial market. Come to the charts, they are very their current their stocks, their funds, their futures, their forex, crypto. So it's very advisable when you are now pick a pair and just stick at it. It's just like trying to when you go to the market and you want to sell clothes, you want to sell food stuff, you want to sell, you're just everywhere, right? So you won't be able to get consistency. You will not know how a particular business works. So when you are getting started, just look for one pair and just stick to it over time. The good thing is when you stick to one pair and you understand how this technical analysis works, it's very easy now for you to apply this knowledge on other pairs because it's still charts, right? And yeah, well, there's what they call market structure, right? Market always will have structure. So when you are starting, the good advice for you is to find a pair and stick to it, right? It could be gold, but I don't advise you starting out, start trading indices or crypto because they are really very volatile. You should look for um, look for instruments that are not really volatile, right? So that while you are learning, you don't start taking unnecessary loss because some of these currencies can, some of these instruments can really be very volatile. You are on a trade, and before you know it, you could be losing as much, on the 0.01 lot site, you can be losing $20 or just in a little movement the market makes. So it's very, very advisable for you to find one pair and stick to it. So the pair I really advise you as a newbie to use while you are learning. I really like the way the pair moves, and it's the most traded pair in the world. As of last time I checked, and so it's very well regulated. So it's really move within a particular range, right? It's not really very volatile. When there's news like non-farm payroll, NFP, and all those fundamental news or geopolitical events, right? But right, it's really very moves just respects market structures. So one thing I do, okay, let's use your USD to do so do you analysis, so you want to know, how do I know when the market is going to buy or how when the market is going to sell? First thing you do when you wake up is start trading view. You open it if you don't if you don't have trading or maybe you don't have a laptop on your phone. There's a mobile app. You could just go to your app store or your Play Store and this is what the app looks like, right? For those of you who can see my screen, it has a T and like a 7, right? So you get it downloaded. You could use it for your analysis, but I advise you really want to do this long term, just get a laptop because or like or it like do the analysis very well, a wider view to be able to use some right. So let me clear this chart. I want it to be like very clean. So look at it. This is how the chart looks like for everybody, right? It's very plain. It's just there. So now, first thing you want to do as a day trader is you come to the daily time frame. We're on the daily time frame. So those time frame, what does it show? Show that it took take like 24 hours of on the daily time frame. If it's on 15 minutes, show that every candle minute to form. So what it says here that each of these candle took 24 hours to form. Every candle you are seeing here on the daily time frame took a day to form. 24. And one thing you want to do is to determine the trend first and first, because determine the trend for the trend is it's your friend. Let me see. I hope you guys can still hear me and you're following. Okay, right. So even though I think my network is very slow. Okay, so the trend is always trying to if you because just imagine a speed train, a train that is coming at a high speed, what would happen? It's just gonna crush you, right? It's just going to crush you. So anytime you are, just imagine, just have that mental, paint that mental picture of you just standing in front of a train coming, right? It's just going to take you, and that's why most of you have. So we've determined that the trend is in an uptrend, right? So we are looking for buys opportunity, and trying to see, trying to see the historical data. Okay, over time, um, price has broken this level before, and very important zone, because where price is currently is where price has retested here. This level has rejected before. It has in the past. It has rejected this before again, and it has rejected this level on the daily time. Let's go to the 4 hours. So for a day trader, if you're taking note the time frame to determine the trend, and you come to the 4 hour time frame. So as I said, the time frame just tells you that every candlestick here it took that amount of time to be able to form each of the candlestick that you could identify. So now, what you want to do on the 4 hour time frame is to mark out key zones. That's what they call psychological level. For those of you who don't know what psychological level are, so psychological level are like key zones. Some people call it supply and demand zone, but of institutional investment and investment banks pay very close attention to. So, and yeah, job movers of the market. So you want to mark out those key zones. And another way to explain it is demand and supply, right? So for those of you guys who can, I think petrol was maybe around, let's say, 250 or something. I think during good luck time, right? 250. And many people think that, oh, it was, people were saying it was very expensive, it was very expensive, and all those things. So now let's imagine that this was good luck's time. For sorry for those of you who are not Nigerians. Most of the people who watch these videos, I think they could relate to this illustration I'm using. So that's why I'm using Nigeria. So sorry for those of you guys, but just pay attention. You still be able to grasp the concept. So supply and demand zone, what does it mean? Look at here. Price got here the first time. Sellers pushed the price here, and it rejected at this point. They pushed it again. It rejected. It has rejected like almost 5 times already in the past. So just imagine that sellers are saying no, no, no. So buyers are here waiting, right, to be able to buy these markets, right? So just imagine petroleum was, I was given an illustration, 250, 250 naira, and people were saying, oh, people were, you got to 250, people were saying, oh, it's expensive during good luck time. It's very expensive. It's very expensive. It came down again. People were saying it's very expensive at 250 naira. It's very expensive, right? Then Buhari came. I think it went up. So let's imagine the price went to at least 500 naira. And then people that because petroleum is very necessary, right? You will still buy at that level you need it. So anytime price get at that level, people would even be rushing it now. People that thought, oh, it was expensive at 250, now 500, 550 is not even very expensive. And so currently, so they were not like a lot of demand. People were buying, were only buying. So it moved the price upward, right? A lot of once there's a lot of demand for something, what happen? There will be like increase, there could be hike in the price of that thing. So petroleum went to 100, and so a lot of people, there were a lot of demand at 550, and so it pushed the market, price of fuel up, and currently I think it's at nine something, right? And still at nine something, people are still saying, no, it's still very expensive. Maybe due to historical data of what has happened over time with petroleum, it has never reduced. It keep going forward. So in 4 years' time or 2 years' time, what do you think? People who are saying petroleum are are very expensive now. When petroleum will get to like 2,000 a liter, those people will still buy. They would have wish, they feel it's better. So it's just what happens generally, right? So just to help you understand supply and demand. So demand zone are where there's a lot of a lot of people demanding for price at that level. So you see, every time price gets what's happening to my mouse? Hold on, let me reload this chart. What's going on? Quick escape. I'm sorry, guys. I'm calling. All right. So I think I'm on my. First of all, when you upload the chat on the you come on the 4 hour time frame. So I'm using the daily time frame. So now we've known that is an uptrend, right? So we're looking for high opportunity, but then you come to the 4 hour time frame. The next thing you want to do is to draw your psychological level at like a whole number, right? So why the idea is if you want to buy something and they tell you the price is 999 dollar 20 cents. It's very confusing. You just get $100, okay, no problem. That cent there, it's not really very significant. First of all, let's put our price. Let's start down and go up. So we want to put the price as 1,000, 1,008, 1,001.08000. So you see that is a very so. And when I finish, you'll see that at all this level I've marked out, the premium price got to that level. There was like a retest. And I'm taking teach you this because me myself, I go back and I watch the videos and I learn a lot later on. Even me that I'm here teaching you guys this thing. So you never get tired of learning these concepts, right? So try to be as very simple as much as I can so that later on when I'm watching the video, it's making sense to me as well. So 600, 800. So I want to put our net price at 1,000. Shit, what's this? So the next cycle. So the next number will be what? 1,800. It will be 1,900. 1,000. We'll put this to 9. So these are key areas. 900. Zero 800. So what we are doing, we are marking out those key, very important zones. They are very important, very, very, very important. The next zone we want to mark out is 1,000, 110,000. Right. The next zone we want to mark out is we'll add more lines. Now it looks like it's a very small margin here, but when I go on the very smaller time frame, you see that it's very wide and it's very gap. It's very wide, right? So the next thing you want to do is after 1,100, what do you want to do? 1,200, 1,000. So you want to use 1,100. The next one you want to use 1,200, 200, 200. I think we need like two more. So this is how you mark it on all your charts. It just gives you an idea, okay, because you see that prices respect this level. That this, I call it like key zone. It helps you define your entry, right? So 1,200. So the next one is 1,300. 1,000. So the next one should be 1,400. Um, shit. 1,000. Okay. All right. So now we've marked out this key zone, and sometimes you see. So now we'll come on the. So the next thing you want to do is to come on the 1 hour time frame. This is a trading strategy how you could backtest, and you see that we are right in all this marking. You see that most of this marking, see price got here, it rejected. See price has this psychological level of served as support in the past. See price has got here, see resistance level. Price has always price will test this level. There's always reactions. Anytime price gets to this level, you could see it. Just look at it. Look at it. Go back on your chart and then you back test. So the next thing we want to do is you see that so come on the you see that price have just been creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So this is an uptrend, but we've been seeing that there's just two things happening. Market are just creating higher high, higher lows. So now how do we trade here? So now for we to find an entry, we'll come on the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame, right? See how this thing looks very wide, like wide. So what we want to look for is for price to push up a bit. See, there's no entry, right? So what you want to look for is where for price to either push up here, and once price gets here, we should be looking for a sell opportunity down here, and you just put your stop loss above. Sorry, put your stop loss above that level. Look at it. So the game is a waiting game, right? So either so what you want to do, you have to be very patient. You know, you just wait for trade to come to your setup, then you take trade. So what me I'll be looking for if I should trade on these circumstances is for me to wait here, right? And just wait for price to get here. Now put my stop loss above this place, that above where price, price haven't got into this level, at least the highest, at least, I'm very sure that once price gets here, if price, and I look for the candlestick reaction, candlestick pattern, I watch carefully those patterns that prices will create, then I'll now look for a sell opportunity. But if but I don't think market should be able to break it. But if no, I don't think. I think once price get here, I look for a sell opportunity. But now the setup is not very cogent, right? So this is how you do it. So I want to teach you guys another. I want to show you another. So this is how you trade support and resistance. This is a very, very, very popular trading setup. So I call this. I don't. Okay, I didn't call this trade, right? So, but yeah, you can see I was waiting for this trade at this point, and it actually really got there. And so this is on BTC USD. And so how was I able to predict that once price get to this level that the market would buy? Because I'm saying, let me walk you down through my thought process, because you don't look at the money, you look at important than the money, because once you have the knowledge, inevitably money would flow, right? So as usual, we'll come on the daily time frame to determine the trend of the market. And so BTC USD has been creating, it's just been on, right? So it's just been creating higher highs and higher lows. And so and and this trade has made me a lot of money in the past. So this instrument, so I love this pair so much. This big. So how am I able to trade this profitably? Come on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, So this pair has something that it respects what trend line, right? Trend line, this this instrument respect trend line a lot. So when you come on your 4 hour time frame, what you should look for to do is, I'm not by mouse, so I'm not able to. So what you should be looking for is for a trend line opportunity, right? So this is in the 4 hour. So you come, you draw your trend line like this, from here, let's say from here, and we take it down. So for a trend line to be valid, there are things you should look out for. And number one of those things is you want to be, before a trend line can be valid, it should be that at least price has tested that level at least two times in the past, at least two times, like a bounce on that. There've been a bounce. They've been they've been like a bounce there. So you see, one price bounce there, and see my psychological level as I taught you, right, at 160. So you see, when price bounced there, it went up, right? So, and price is bouncing at that level again. It's bouncing at that level again. See, it's bouncing at this level again. All right. So what I'm actually looking for is to buy. So let's go on a 1 hour time frame for we to be able to look for a good entry. So my network is okay. So the network is back. So look at, so what I said. See the sorry. Let me adjust this. So see, price has back here. Price has given us a W pattern, right? So what you should actually look for. Okay, it's New York session already. It's 2 p.m. already. So for we to trade this, I'm looking for a buy on BTC USD. And so what I would do is, I would come here. I'll put my, I'll put, so I'll be talking on risk to reward shortly, right? Because that's a lot of mistake people make. Risk to reward. People make that mistake a lot. All right, so let's go to our 15-minute time frame. So you see the idea that price has bounced at this trend line, and so we expect that what happened in the past at the other side would play out again, right? So look at what is going on here now. So we're looking to buy this market, which I'm going to be entering shortly. So look at it here, right? Right, look at it. So it's not an issue. So you want to be sure that this trend line is, sorry, oh God, I don't know what's happening. So this line is that is just highlighting everything. So I want to adjust this trend line. I need to be in unison with this. So now, look at it. So I'm gonna wait for a slight retracement. I won't be going in now, but once price retraces down here, because of course market doesn't move in a straight line, it moves in wave, and you know how waves move, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, right? So once price retests, you see it just went straight, but it didn't, so I'm waiting for a little bit of retracement, and once that retracement occurs, then take just it's very simple. So another thing you should very pay attention in is risk to reward ratio. You don't just take anyhow trade or any setup. Most of you guys, what makes you lose your account is every day you come, you're trying to force trade. You're trying to, this market must buy, so it must buy. So you're trying to force opportunity. You're trying to force trade. It doesn't work that way, right? So you wait, target at least 1 to 2 risk reward ratios. Is any, if you are risking $10, a trade, you should $20 or times three. So any setup that cannot give you two, you should it's a waste of money, right? It's a waste of a good setup. So like this now, if price gets down here and we enter, you see the risk to reward ratio down here is 3.06. So what does that mean? Well, how many? Let me see how many pips. How many? Um, uh, um, I stopped like I think 50 pips to so if this trade goes, if you let's say you are risking $50, if everything goes well, what does that mean? You're making times three. That's 150,000 $50, right? So that's just what it means, right? So you want to pay attention to risk to reward ratio. And one thing I've noticed is that, especially professional traders, the risk to reward ratio helps you to maximize loss even in your down trades. So just imagine every trade you are taking is either one to two risk to reward, one to three, one to five, but it's not at least one to two. It's not less than one to two. At least is if you have, let's say you take 10 trade and you lose five, and with a good risk, proper risk management, you are still going to be profitable over the long term because your risk to reward ratio is higher, right? So it helps you to be able to mitigate and maximize losses, especially during your drawdown moment. And especially, every trader has drawdowns and drawdown times. So that's what you want to pay attention to. So before I proceed, let me see if there's an opportunity on that kind of because so I'll call out some trades for me to take more any trade, call any trade on these live sessions, right? Because all the entries I've seen, we're already late, very very late, very late, very late. Okay, so we're late on this, already late, we're really very late. Okay, so I'm seeing an opportunity on gold. So and sorry, seeing an opportunity on gold. So seeing a buy opportunity on gold. So, oh, just that we didn't see this thing in time. Okay, so targeting this other psychological level down there. So our stop loss should be small stop loss we use. So I'm seeing an opportunity on gold. So if you're on this trade, buy gold. So me, I'm going on this trade, and I'm to go on this trade. I'm using 0.5, 0.5. All right, so our stop loss is our, okay. Our stop loss is our stop loss is three three 3292 3292.06. So this is the stop loss down here, and this is where we entered. Even though I was waiting for this opportunity since but let's just see how it goes, right? So most of you guys do not know how to the lot size. One of the reasons is this session is made for especially beginners. One of the things that you guys make mistake on is your lot size. You use the wrong lot size, and you have a small account and you're using a big lot size. And when you do that, you are over leveraging your account. And so what does that mean is that anything can happen. If the trade go against you, you'll be losing way more just be telling you the ideal lot size for different account sizes. And you first of all you have to notice if you're a high risk person or you're just a low risk person, right? So and another thing, it's very worthy to note that trading is not a get rich quick thing or anything, right? At least to me, it's one of the most transparent business anybody could do. Why? Because it lets you determine your risk upfront, right? How much you'll be losing if the trade goes wrong against you. So let me show you a very clear example on GJ. Let's say now we want to sell. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So those of you that come and say, "Oh, Leonard, I lost money, I lost all my accounts," I'm very surprised because how did you lose all your account? So I didn't do any analysis on this trade, but I showed you guys how to predict, predefine your risk before you go into a trade. So let's say I want to take this trade, right? We are targeting times two, and our stop loss is going to be. You have to set your stop loss above where you know price. Another thing you see price having broken out from here so that no matter because price would go up and down. So you target, let's say we want to take this trade. This is how many pips now. Our stop loss is our stop loss is 100 pips wide, pips right, but they are to 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 let's just say one we use this. So pips.com, right? And so position size so what you want to do is you put the currency of your account. Let's say you have an account of and risk percentage. Let's say you want to risk um let's say you want to risk 2% of this our account on this trade. Our stop loss is 100 pips and JPY. So we'll come put everything. So what does this thing do? It tells us, it will help us tell us how much size we should use right on this trade. So the current ask price is 188,880. 188.880. So it's so now for we to lose, we are risking just 2% of our account. So what is 2%? 2% is, oh no, you cannot 100 pips. You cannot. Let's say our stop loss is 50 pips. So okay, so now if we want to lose, let's say for 50 pips of stop loss, right? We have your account of $200, want to risk, you come here, you've put the percentage you are willing to risk, you've put the stop loss and all those information. So what it's telling us now, if we are willing to risk just $4 on this trade, right? So you are going to use 0.01. Let's say we want to risk 20%. If you guys, you want to buy Lambo, so so we want to, right? So you are going to use if you are willing to raise 20% of your account, which is $40 for a $200 account. So you use 0.1 on this. So if the trade go against you, you'll be losing $40, right? So if you go against you, you're making times two. So you see, so why would you lose your account? With just the simple thing I've teach you guys now. That you come, you predefine your risk and know what you are doing, your stop loss and everything, and know the ideal lot size to use for your account size and how much you're willing to risk. So now when you're in a trade, you're not even panicking, you are calm because why? Your the risk have been predefined and you are willing to accept, okay, I can take this trade, don't worry, something I could do. So so you see why with this I don't think you should be losing account. Let's check our gold trade. Okay, I think gold has gone to our favor. For those of you who enter this trade, why I call it, you should be making profit. making profit already. You should be in profit on that trade. So you'll be in good profit. So right. So look at my account. This is a $500 account. I think I'm up $72. Oh, it's 100 is not 20, right? So you would see it's $100 already. So this is how this thing just works. Very simple. If you're using to as well. So it's something you want to be paying attention to, right? Sit. So look at how much I'm working, right? So just very simple, very simple. There's no need to stress anything. Just keep it very simple. Keep it very simple. Understand trend line bound, trend line. So another thing, so those of you for your further learning, go on your Google Play, download this candlestick pattern app and learning trading. So these two app, right? Wow, Jesus, wow, this thing just pushed up now. So I'm up $300. The way this thing works, very just simple, and I'm using 0.5. So right, so if you enter the 0.01, you should be up $30 already. So this is very simple, very simple. Let me call this trade. Let me come. All right, so all right, so this is it. So I'm not calling this trade on the platform. So why? Because I want just for people who tune in live here. So you see, I'm up three. So you see, we're really doing very good. So and it's going to go way up, 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 up. So let's see our BTC, the trade I called for you guys BTC USD. So remember I said we're waiting for price to go down. You see what I was saying? It doesn't move the line. So I wanted to get here, bounce at this level. I'm looking for it for looking to trade. Let me tighten my stop up. Sorry. So this is what you want to be doing every day. Just wake up, just do this simple thing I've taught you guys today, and you should be making money consistently. Remember, consistency is the key, not just making money today. Wow. Wow, really. Okay, remember consistency is the key. Being consistent every day, even though you are making mistakes, still show up to the market every day. Keep grinding every day. Keep grinding. So it's up 400. So it's all right. So keep doing this every day until it takes time to build the confidence, your psychology, and all those things. So please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the post notification bell, and so that you get notified anytime I'm going live. We do this every Tuesday 1 p.m., but today just that is very unusual. We're just doing our thing. So and as well, click the link if you want to be part of the community where I post free trades every day. Just click on the link on the bio, and it's just going to take you to our WhatsApp community. And I'm so happy. I'm very excited. Make sure you're all making money and being happy. And guys, see you next week Tuesday.